But what is loneliness really? Loneliness is more than a lack of people around you. It's an internal experience, an emptiness that can exist regardless of external circumstances. Many women who find themselves alone might feel as though they are somehow incomplete, as though they are not enough. Society, after all, often measures a person by their relationships, by the people who surround them. But the absence of friends does not define your worth, your value, or your identity. For some, past experiences have made friendship difficult. Trust may have been broken, hearts may have been wounded, and life's challenges may have hardened a once open heart. It's possible that over time, some have withdrawn, retreating to protect themselves from pain. Perhaps they face judgment, betrayal, or even abandonment. These experiences can create walls, and while walls can protect, they also isolate. When we shut others out, we might feel safe, but we also close ourselves off from the warmth and connection that genuine friendships offer. A woman without friends may feel as if she's missing something, and while friendships can add joy, connection, and support, her value remains whole. Her worth is intrinsic. It is not determined by others' opinions or the size of her social circle. The truth is, you are enough as you are. The emptiness can be a call, not a call to despair, but a call to look within and discover the strength, resilience, and beauty that lies inside. Sometimes isolation reveals our strength. There's a depth of resilience in navigating life alone, a self-reliance that few can understand. A woman with no friends learns to stand on her own 2 feet, to lean on herself when no one else is around. That strength is invaluable. It shapes a spirit that is unbreakable and fosters a character that is deeply self-assured. This independence is not a substitute for friendship, but it is a foundation. When you know your own worth, when you are strong within yourself, you are more prepared to open up and invite healthy relationships into your life. Perhaps for now, it's time to become your own friend. Instead of looking outward, focus inward and ask, am I treating myself with kindness and compassion often? The way we treat ourselves reflects in our relationships. If you want true companionship, it begins with finding peace within, with giving yourself the same kindness, patience, and forgiveness you would offer a friend. From that place of inner strength, real connections are built. You can find friendships in unexpected places, a shared smile, a kind word, or a moment of understanding. Sometimes it's not about having a vast network, but about creating a few genuine bonds, relationships that add value to your life rather than simply filling it with people. Friendship is not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about finding those who understand your journey, who respect your boundaries, and who uplift your spirit. Relationships like these are worth waiting for, and they are worth every ounce of patience and inner work. So if you find yourself walking alone today, know that this season is only one part of a greater journey. Embrace this time, deepen your understanding of yourself, and nurture the qualities that will attract others who see your worth. The woman with no friends can still live a life filled with purpose, joy, and love. When you carry yourself with confidence, with kindness, and with a heart that is open to true connections, you won't walk alone forever. And when those friendships do come, they will be rooted in authenticity, love, and a shared respect for the journey that has brought you here. Let this season teach you, strengthen you, and prepare you. For the woman who has walked alone, true friendship will be a treasure unlike any other. Understanding loneliness. Understanding loneliness begins with recognizing that it's not just an absence of people, it's a feeling deeply embedded in the human experience. Loneliness is an inner emptiness that can persist even when there are people around us. It's a sense of being unseen, of feeling disconnected not only from others, but sometimes from ourselves. It's more than physical isolation. It's an emotional state that can touch even those with large families, active social circles, and busy lives. For many, loneliness can come from an unfulfilled need for connection that goes beyond casual encounters or surface level friendships. People long for deeper bonds, for relationships where they feel truly understood, valued, and accepted. And when these meaningful connections are missing, there's a gap, a longing that remains unmet. This need is part of what it means to be human. We are wired for relationships, for community, and for intimacy. When that is absent, loneliness fills the space. Some experience loneliness as a lingering shadow, a feeling that ebbs and flows with circumstances but never quite disappears. For others, it can feel like an intense, consuming experience, something that makes even the simplest interactions feel burdensome or painful. And sometimes this loneliness leads to an isolation that seems difficult to break out of, as though the deeper someone falls into loneliness, the harder it becomes to reach out, to trust, or to believe that connection is possible. There are many reasons why loneliness exists, and each person's experience is unique. For some, past hurts or broken trust can lead to a protective withdrawal, a choice to isolate to avoid potential pain. Others find that life's demands, work, family, personal responsibilities crowd out time for friendship, making connections difficult to prioritize. There are also those who struggle to connect with others due to social anxiety or differences in personality, finding it challenging to share who they truly are or feel they don't quite fit in. Loneliness can teach us about ourselves in profound ways. It allows for reflection, for learning who we are without the influence of others, and for finding our strengths. But it also reminds us of our need for others. Human beings are meant to connect, to share in each other's lives, to support and uplift one another. Loneliness can serve as a reminder that relationships are not just a luxury, they are a necessity for mental and emotional health. And the journey to understanding loneliness can also be the first step in seeking connection, building self-compassion, and eventually opening up to friendships that are both meaningful and fulfilling. Value of connection. The value of connection goes beyond mere interaction. It reaches into the heart of who we are as human beings. Connection gives us a sense of belonging, a feeling of being part of something larger than ourselves. It's not simply about having people around us, but about finding those who see us, understand us, and accept us as we are. Genuine connection offers a foundation where individuals can share their experiences, express their emotions, and feel safe in being vulnerable. This kind of closeness supports us in times of hardship and magnifies our joy during moments of celebration. Through meaningful connections, we gain emotional support that's crucial for resilience. Life is unpredictable, filled with challenges and setbacks, and when we have people to lean on, it becomes easier to bear the weight of difficult times. In times of need, a trusted friend or loved one can offer a listening ear, a helping hand, or even a new perspective that makes it possible to see beyond the immediate struggle. Having people who stand by us, who offer kindness and empathy, helps us face life's storms with courage. Beyond support, connection also nurtures growth. When we connect deeply with others, we're exposed to new ideas, perspectives, and ways of thinking that can broaden our own understanding of the world. We learn from the experiences of those we trust, drawing lessons from their journeys. Meaningful relationships challenge us to be better, inspire us to reach higher, and sometimes encourage us to reconsider our own beliefs and behaviors. A true connection brings out our potential, revealing parts of ourselves that might otherwise remain hidden. Connection also provides a sense of identity and purpose. When we are part of a community or a close-knit group, we feel grounded in a shared sense of meaning. Relationships remind us that we are not alone, that we are interconnected with others in ways that give life richness and dimension. This can bring a sense of stability, especially during times of uncertainty, helping us feel anchored and confident in who we are. Moreover, connection is linked to well-being. Studies have shown that individuals with strong social bonds tend to be healthier and live longer. Emotional closeness and companionship reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and boost immune function. The psychological benefits are profound, helping to ward off anxiety and depression by providing emotional fulfillment. When we feel connected, we're more likely to be optimistic, to experience gratitude, and to have a positive outlook on life. In a world that often feels divided, the value of connection is even more apparent. Genuine relationships remind us of our shared humanity, bridging differences and allowing us to experience empathy and compassion. They encourage us to put aside judgments and see others with an open heart. At its core, connection is about building bonds that uplift, inspire, and remind us of our shared journey as human beings. Connection, therefore, is invaluable. It offers us the gift of support, the opportunity for growth, and the strength to face life's ups and downs. It anchors us in our identity, contributes to our health, and reminds us of our shared purpose. In all these ways, connection is more than a luxury. It is a fundamental need that, when fulfilled, enriches every aspect of our lives. The causes of isolation are as diverse as they are personal, often stemming from complex and interwoven life experiences. One common reason people find themselves isolated is due to past hurts or betrayals. When trust is broken by someone close, it can lead to a sense of vulnerability and reluctance to open up again. People who have experienced painful betrayals may build emotional walls as a form of self-protection, hoping to guard against further hurt. While this may offer a temporary sense of security, it can also lead to isolation, as walls that keep pain out also keep others at a distance. Social anxiety is another significant cause of isolation. For some, the thought of interacting with others, whether meeting new people or engaging in social settings, can be overwhelming. Social anxiety creates a sense of self-doubt and fear of judgment, making people hesitant to form relationships or engage with others. These feelings can lead to avoidance, as individuals with social anxiety may find it easier to stay in isolation rather than face the discomfort of social interactions. Over time, this self-imposed isolation can turn into a habitual way of life, making it harder and harder to break out. Technology, too, is a modern contributor to isolation. While social media and virtual communication can connect people globally, they often lack the depth of face-to-face interactions. Over-reliance on digital interactions can create an illusion of connection, making people feel as if they are socially engaged when, in reality, they are experiencing shallow or superficial interactions. This phenomenon, known as social media isolation, can leave individuals feeling isolated despite having many online friends or followers. Impact on mental health. The impact of isolation on mental health can be profound, affecting individuals on emotional, psychological, and even physical levels. When a person is isolated, they are more likely to experience feelings of loneliness, which can erode self-esteem and lead to negative self-perceptions. Over time, isolation intensifies these feelings, creating a sense of worthlessness or inadequacy as one begins to question their own value. Without the encouragement, support, or validation that comes from healthy social connections, individuals may begin to feel increasingly disconnected from themselves and their sense of purpose. One of the primary mental health consequences of isolation is an increased risk of depression. When people feel isolated, they are more likely to develop depressive symptoms, as they lack the emotional outlets that help to manage stress and process feelings. Without someone to share experiences with, negative thoughts and emotions often go unaddressed, intensifying over time. Isolation can create a feedback loop in which feelings of sadness or hopelessness discourage individuals from seeking help, reinforcing a cycle of withdrawal and loneliness. Anxiety is another common effect of isolation on mental health. Without regular social interactions, individuals may begin to feel insecure or apprehensive about social situations, fearing judgment or rejection. This anxiety can make the prospect of reaching out or reconnecting seem daunting, further reinforcing the isolation. Social skills can also diminish over time as individuals become less comfortable navigating conversations or group settings, contributing to a sense of being out of place or inadequate in social scenarios. Isolation also affects cognitive functioning. Research shows that regular social engagement is beneficial for brain health, supporting memory, focus, and problem-solving abilities. Without these interactions, the brain may lack the stimulation it needs to stay sharp, potentially contributing to cognitive decline. Over time, prolonged isolation can impact memory and thinking, with some studies suggesting an increased risk of conditions like dementia, particularly among older adults. Physical health can also suffer as a result of isolation. Mental health and physical health are closely connected, and the stress that comes from loneliness can weaken the immune system, making individuals more susceptible to illness. Isolation has been linked to increased inflammation and higher levels of stress hormones, which can lead to chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and even obesity. These physical health consequences further compound mental health struggles, creating an ongoing cycle of stress and ill health. A profound impact of isolation on mental health is its tendency to create a negative outlook on life. When individuals lack social connections, they often feel a sense of purposelessness or lack of motivation. It becomes harder to find joy or meaning in daily routines, and interests that once brought happiness may no longer provide fulfillment. This can lead to a kind of emotional numbness, where individuals feel as though they are merely going through the motions, detached from the world around them. Isolation, in its various forms, presents a serious risk to overall well-being. It magnifies stress, contributes to feelings of emptiness, and often initiates a cycle of emotional withdrawal that can be hard to break. Recognizing the impact of isolation on mental health is crucial, as it underscores the importance of seeking connection and nurturing relationships as a fundamental part of mental and emotional wellness. Overcoming societal pressure. Overcoming societal pressure is a journey that requires courage, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal values. Society places countless expectations on individuals, shaping ideas about success, happiness, and what it means to live a meaningful life. These pressures often dictate how we should look, behave, and even think, subtly pushing us to conform to a standard that may not align with who we truly are. When left unchecked, these expectations can create a heavy burden, leaving people feeling as though they are constantly falling short or failing to measure up. To overcome societal pressure, it's essential to step back and examine whose expectations we are living by and whether they genuinely serve our own happiness and purpose. The first step in resisting societal pressure is recognizing its influence. From an early age, people are taught what is normal or acceptable through family, friends, media, and culture. These messages can be so ingrained that they feel like truths rather than social constructs. Realizing that societal standards are not universal truths, but rather expectations shaped by culture and time is freeing. It creates the space to question and redefine what truly matters on a personal level. When we understand that societal pressures are not absolute, we can begin to discern which expectations are meaningful to us and which we can let go of. A key aspect of overcoming societal pressure is developing self-acceptance. Embracing who we are, our unique traits, values, and aspirations builds a foundation of confidence and inner peace. Society often tells us that our worth depends on certain achievements or characteristics, but true self-worth comes from within. When we accept ourselves fully, we become less reliant on external validation. This self-assurance makes it easier to stand firm in our choices, even when they differ from the mainstream. Self-acceptance doesn't mean rejecting all societal values, but it does mean honoring our individuality and recognizing that we have the right to define our own path. Another essential element in overcoming societal pressure is understanding the importance of boundaries. People are constantly influenced by opinions from others, whether family, friends, or even strangers on social media. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect our emotional and mental well-being, allowing us to say no when we need to and to prioritize our values over others' expectations. By setting boundaries, we make room for the things that truly matter to us. Boundaries are not about pushing others away. They are about creating a safe space for us to live authentically, free from the pressures that may try to steer us off course. Forging a strong support system is also crucial. Surrounding ourselves with people who respect our choices, encourage our growth, and support our individuality helps us resist the pull of societal expectations. True friends and loved ones understand who we are and value us beyond superficial achievements. They remind us of our worth and reinforce our sense of belonging, providing encouragement to pursue a life that aligns with our own ideals. With the right support, it becomes easier to silence the noise of societal pressure and stay focused on our own goals and aspirations. Lastly, aligning our lives with our personal values provides a powerful counterbalance to societal pressure. Knowing what we stand for, what gives us meaning, and what goals are genuinely important to us enables us to make choices with confidence. When we are clear on our values, the opinions and expectations of others become secondary. Living by our own values may sometimes mean going against the grain, but it also brings a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose. By honoring our values, we create a life that feels true to us, one that we can be proud of regardless of external opinions. Overcoming societal pressure is an ongoing process, a series of choices that affirm our commitment to living authentically. It requires us to question, reflect, and stand by our values, even when they contradict popular opinion. The rewards, however, are immense. A life lived on our own terms, grounded in purpose, and free from the weight of trying to meet others' expectations. In embracing our individuality, we not only find freedom, but we also create a life that reflects our true self, one marked by integrity, peace, and a deep sense of fulfillment. Reclaiming self-worth. Reclaiming self-worth is a transformative journey that requires introspection, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to oneself. In a world that often equates worth with external achievements, societal standards, and the opinions of others, many individuals lose sight of their intrinsic value. This disconnect can lead to feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and an overall diminished sense of self. To reclaim self-worth, it is essential to shift focus from external validations to an internal understanding of one's value, recognizing that true worth comes from within, not from outside influences. The first step in this process is self-reflection. Taking the time to evaluate our beliefs about ourselves allows us to identify the negative narratives that may have taken root over time. Often these narratives are shaped by past experiences, societal messages, and comparisons to others. By becoming aware of these limiting beliefs, we can begin to challenge and dismantle them. Journaling, meditating, or simply spending quiet moments in thought can help uncover these underlying beliefs, providing clarity on how they impact our self-perception. Once we recognize the negative beliefs that have infiltrated our self-image, the next step is to replace them with affirming truths. Positive affirmations serve as powerful tools in this process. By intentionally speaking kindly to ourselves and reinforcing our strengths, we can rewire our internal dialogue. Instead of focusing on perceived flaws or failures, we should celebrate our unique qualities and accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Affirmations help build a more compassionate and nurturing relationship with ourselves, allowing us to shift our mindset from one of self-criticism to one of self-acceptance. Cultivating self-compassion is another vital aspect of reclaiming self-worth. It involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend. Everyone makes mistakes or faces setbacks, and these experiences do not diminish our worth. By practicing self-compassion, we acknowledge our humanity and the fact that we are all imperfect beings navigating life's complexities. This approach allows us to be gentler with ourselves during difficult times, fostering resilience and the ability to bounce back from challenges without harsh self-judgment. Additionally, surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals plays a significant role in rebuilding self-worth. The company we keep greatly influences our self-perception. Being in relationships with those who uplift and encourage us can reinforce positive beliefs about ourselves. It's essential to evaluate our social circles and seek out connections that inspire growth and positivity. Supportive friends, mentors, and loved ones provide a sense of belonging and affirmation, reminding us of our worth during moments of doubt. Setting boundaries is equally important in the journey of reclaiming self-worth. Often we allow others to dictate how we feel about ourselves, leading to feelings of inadequacy or resentment. By establishing clear boundaries, we protect our emotional well-being and assert our right to prioritize our needs. Saying no when necessary, limiting exposure to negativity, or distancing ourselves from toxic relationships are acts of self-respect that signal our commitment to valuing ourselves. Engaging in self-care practices can also nurture self-worth. Taking time to engage in activities that bring joy, relaxation, and fulfillment reinforces the message that we deserve love and care. Whether it's pursuing hobbies, spending time in nature, or simply taking a moment to breathe and recharge, self-care acts as a reminder that we are worthy of happiness and well-being. This commitment to self-care can shift our focus away from external pressures and cultivate a deeper sense of appreciation for who we are. Finally, embracing our uniqueness and celebrating our individuality contributes significantly to reclaiming self-worth. Each person has a unique set of experiences, talents, and perspectives that add value to the world. Instead of comparing ourselves to others, we should focus on what makes us special. Acknowledging our individuality fosters pride in who we are, reinforcing the understanding that our worth is inherent and not contingent upon external comparisons or validations. Reclaiming self-worth is a lifelong journey, one that requires continuous self-reflection, compassion, and commitment. By challenging negative beliefs, practicing self-compassion, surrounding ourselves with support, establishing boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and embracing our uniqueness, we pave the way toward a deeper understanding of our intrinsic value. As we embark on this journey, we empower ourselves to live authentically, to pursue our dreams, and to embrace the fullness of life with a renewed sense of self-worth. In doing so, we not only transform our own lives, but also inspire others to recognize their own worth and live authentically as well. Finding friendship within. Embracing solitude is another important aspect of finding friendship within. In a society that often equates being alone with loneliness, it is vital to reframe our perspective on solitude. Spending time alone allows us to connect with our thoughts and emotions without external distractions. It is in these quiet moments that we can engage in self-reflection, explore our interests, and cultivate our passions. Rather than viewing solitude as something negative, we can learn to appreciate it as an opportunity for personal growth and self-exploration. Engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment is another way to strengthen our internal friendship. Pursuing hobbies, exploring new interests, and taking time for self-care are vital components of self-nurturing. These activities not only enhance our well-being, but also provide opportunities for self-discovery. As we engage in pursuits that resonate with our passions, we deepen our understanding of who we are and what we value, further enriching our inner friendship. Additionally, setting aside time for reflection and gratitude can significantly enhance our relationship with ourselves. Reflecting on our achievements, experiences, and the lessons we have learned allows us to appreciate our growth and resilience. Practicing gratitude helps us shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of contentment and fulfillment. This practice reinforces our self-worth and encourages a positive outlook on life, ultimately strengthening our internal friendship. Finding friendship within also involves recognizing our boundaries and honoring our needs. Understanding what we need, whether it's time alone, support from others, or space to recharge, enables us to care for ourselves effectively. By honoring our boundaries, we cultivate self-respect and create a safe environment where our inner friendship can thrive. This, in turn, enhances our ability to form healthy connections with others as we learn to value our own needs and well-being. Ultimately, finding friendship within is an empowering journey that lays the groundwork for all other relationships in our lives. When we cultivate a deep and loving relationship with ourselves, we become more resilient, compassionate, and open-hearted individuals. This internal friendship enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence, fostering a sense of fulfillment that transcends external validation. As we nurture our inner friendship, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also inspire those around us to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and self-acceptance. In this way, finding friendship within becomes not just a personal journey, but a transformative process that radiates outward, enriching our lives and the lives of others. Redefining friendships. Redefining friendships is a necessary evolution in our understanding of relationships, particularly in a world that is constantly changing. As we grow and navigate different life experiences, our needs and expectations from friendships may shift, prompting us to reconsider what friendship means to us. This redefinition involves moving beyond traditional notions of friendship where quantity often overshadows quality and instead focusing on the depth, authenticity, and emotional connection that truly enrich our lives. At the heart of redefining friendships is the recognition that relationships should nourish and support us rather than drain our energy. Many people find themselves in friendships that are more transactional than meaningful, characterized by superficial interactions and a lack of genuine connection. To redefine friendship, we must prioritize relationships that foster trust, understanding, and emotional support. This means surrounding ourselves with individuals who uplift us, share our values, and encourage our growth. In this way, friendship becomes a source of strength and resilience, empowering us to face life's challenges with confidence. Communication plays a crucial role in this redefinition. Open and honest dialogue allows us to express our needs, desires, and boundaries in relationships. By sharing our thoughts and feelings, we create a space for vulnerability and authenticity, laying the groundwork for deeper connections. This is particularly important as we navigate changing dynamics in our lives. As circumstances evolve, so too can our friendships. Being transparent about what we seek from a relationship enables us to align with friends who can meet those needs and offers the opportunity for mutual growth. Another vital aspect of redefining friendships is embracing the idea that quality trumps quantity. In a society that often glorifies large social circles and numerous acquaintances, it is essential to recognize the power of a few meaningful connections. Fostering deeper relationships with a smaller group of friends allows for more significant emotional exchanges and greater intimacy. These close friendships often provide the understanding and support that surface-level connections cannot, allowing us to be our authentic selves without fear of judgment. By prioritizing meaningful relationships, we create a circle of friends who truly resonate with us. It is also important to acknowledge that friendships can evolve over time. Life transitions such as moving to a new city, changing jobs, or experiencing personal growth can alter the dynamics of existing friendships. As we redefine friendships, we must be open to the idea that some relationships may fade while new ones emerge. Letting go of friendships that no longer serve us can be challenging, but it is often necessary for our personal growth. By releasing these connections, we make room for new relationships that align with our current selves and support our journey forward. Additionally, redefining friendships involves understanding that not every connection needs to fit into a traditional mold. Friendships can take many forms, whether they are platonic, professional, or even virtual. The rise of technology and social media has transformed how we connect, enabling us to form bonds with individuals across the globe. While these digital relationships may not replace in-person interactions, they can provide valuable support and connection, broadening our understanding of friendship. Embracing diverse forms of friendship allows us to explore new dimensions of connection, enriching our lives in unexpected ways. Reciprocity is another crucial element in redefining friendships. Healthy friendships are built on a foundation of give and take, where both parties feel valued and supported. It is essential to assess whether our friendships are balanced or if they lean too heavily in one direction. By cultivating relationships characterized by mutual support and respect, we create a sense of belonging that strengthens our emotional well-being. If a friendship feels one-sided, it may be worth having an open conversation about each person's needs to restore balance and ensure both individuals feel heard and appreciated. Ultimately, redefining friendships is about creating connections that resonate with our authentic selves and contribute positively to our lives. By prioritizing depth over breadth, embracing change, fostering open communication, and understanding the diverse forms that friendship can take, we can cultivate relationships that enhance our well-being. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also inspire those around us to embark on their own journeys of redefining and nurturing meaningful connections. Through this process, we create a network of friendships that are resilient, supportive, and deeply fulfilling, reflecting the beauty of human connection in all its forms. Building meaningful relationships. Building meaningful relationships is a vital aspect of human existence, influencing our well-being, happiness, and overall life satisfaction. These connections provide emotional support, foster a sense of belonging, and enrich our lives with shared experiences. However, cultivating meaningful relationships requires intention, effort, and a commitment to understanding ourselves and others. By nurturing these connections, we create bonds that are not only fulfilling, but also resilient, capable of weathering life's challenges. The foundation of meaningful relationships lies in effective communication. Open and honest dialogue is essential for fostering understanding and connection. It is crucial to express thoughts, feelings, and desires clearly, allowing both parties to feel heard and valued. This level of communication goes beyond mere small talk. It involves sharing vulnerabilities, aspirations, and even fears. By creating a safe space for these discussions, we encourage deeper intimacy and trust, which are essential for any meaningful relationship. Active listening is equally important. By truly hearing what others have to say, we demonstrate respect and validate their experiences, further strengthening the bond. Another key component of building meaningful relationships is empathy. The ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and understand their feelings fosters deeper connections. Empathy allows us to respond to others with compassion and support, creating a sense of safety and belonging. When we show empathy, we validate others' experiences and emotions, reinforcing the idea that they are not alone in their struggles. This mutual understanding fosters a strong emotional bond that can withstand the tests of time and adversity. Investing time and effort into relationships is also crucial. Meaningful connections don't just happen, they require dedication and nurturing. Making an effort to spend quality time together, whether through shared activities or meaningful conversations, strengthens the relationship and deepens the connection. This might involve regular check-ins, planned outings, or simply being present for one another during challenging times. The more we invest in our relationships, the more we cultivate a sense of commitment and loyalty, reinforcing the ties that bind us together. Trust serves as the backbone of any meaningful relationship. Building trust takes time and consistency, but it is essential for creating a safe and supportive environment. Being reliable, keeping promises, and being honest are all critical components of establishing trust. When both parties feel secure in the relationship, they are more likely to open up, share their thoughts, and explore their vulnerabilities. This level of trust fosters deeper connections, allowing both individuals to feel safe in expressing their true selves without fear of judgment or rejection. Additionally, celebrating each other's successes and supporting one another through challenges strengthens the bond between individuals. Acknowledging and appreciating the achievements of our friends and loved ones reinforces the idea that we are invested in their happiness and growth. Whether it's cheering for a friend's accomplishments or offering support during difficult times, being present and engaged in each other's lives fosters a sense of partnership and shared experience. This reciprocity enhances the emotional connection, making the relationship more meaningful and rewarding. Furthermore, embracing vulnerability is essential in building meaningful relationships. It can be intimidating to share our true selves, including our fears, insecurities, and aspirations, but doing so fosters authenticity and connection. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others to do the same, creating an environment where both parties can express their genuine thoughts and feelings. This mutual vulnerability deepens the emotional bond as it reinforces the understanding that we are all human and imperfect, navigating life's challenges together. Lastly, being adaptable and open to change is crucial in nurturing meaningful relationships. Life is dynamic, and as individuals grow and evolve, so too can the nature of our relationships. Being flexible and willing to navigate these changes together fosters resilience and strengthens the connection. Whether it involves adjusting to new life circumstances, changing interests, or differing perspectives, maintaining an open mind and a willingness to adapt helps sustain the relationship through various life stages. In conclusion, building meaningful relationships is a journey that requires intention, empathy, communication, and trust. By investing time and effort, respecting boundaries, embracing vulnerability, and celebrating one another, we create bonds that enrich our lives and contribute to our overall well-being. These connections, grounded in mutual respect and understanding, have the power to uplift us during challenging times and enhance our joy during moments of triumph. Ultimately, meaningful relationships are a testament to the beauty of human connection, reminding us that we are not alone in our journeys and that we can find strength and support in one another. Through the cultivation of these relationships, we foster a sense of community and belonging that is vital for a fulfilling and enriched life. In a world that often promotes superficial connections and fast-paced interactions, it is crucial to remember the profound impact of meaningful relationships on our lives. These connections are not merely a source of companionship, they are the very fabric that weaves together our experiences, joys, and struggles. As we navigate the complexities of life, let us commit to building relationships grounded in trust, empathy, and open communication. By prioritizing depth over breadth, we can cultivate bonds that not only uplift us, but also inspire growth and resilience in ourselves and others. Each genuine connection we nurture has the power to transform our lives, reminding us of our shared humanity and the strength we draw from one another. So let us embrace the beauty of vulnerability, celebrate each other's successes, and be present through life's challenges. Ultimately, the strength of our relationships will define our journey. Let us strive to create a legacy of love, support, and meaningful connections that endure through time, fostering a world where we uplift one another and recognize that together we are stronger. Choose to invest in relationships that matter. They are the greatest treasures we can have in this life.